Well, I'd like to introduce you to the chord that has 8 names. 8 possible names. How the heck can that happen? All right, well, let's go to how we use it for a first start, okay? So let's say I got a C major 7, right? And my next chord's going to be a D minor 7, all right? What can I do to make that D minor 7 the progression go a little more smoother, okay? Well, I could do this. I could take C major 7, C sharp diminished into D minor 7. See? So dropping in those diminished chords in between the transition. So I chromatically moved that into place. But let's take a look at what really happened, okay? And then the other thing is, a lot of people know that actually any note in a diminished chord could be a root. So just in itself, it has 4 potential notes names. Could have been C sharp diminished, could have been E diminished, could have been G diminished, could have been B flat diminished. And then, of course, I'd be back all the way around. So that was the 4 potential diminished names, right? And if I was going to use a scale, we usually use the symmetrical whole half scale over that. So it would have been C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G, A. Then I'm going to move down. I got B flat, C, C sharp. I'm basically gone all the way full circle, and there's anyway. So in other words, that would be the scale I would have used there. Right. But remember, I said there was 8 names. So far I've only shown you 4 names. So what actually is really cool about a diminished chord is it's also a dominant 7 flat 9. And what it is the root is a half step lower than any note in the chord. So let's take a look at it and see how did that become a dominant 7 flat 9. Well, what's the 5 chord to D minor? Should be A7, right? So let's see if that actually fits that bill. So in an A7, C sharp is the 3rd. G is the flat 7. B flat, there it is the flat 9. E is the 5. So yes, it's an A7 flat 9. So it's obvious that it would go into the D minor 7 because it's a 5/7 to it with a flatted 9th. And then I can learn a little more about harmony because we know we have sub 5 of 5. In other words, you can play the flat 5 of a dominant 7th chord, and it's a perfect substitution. So, looking over on the other end, I got E, well, a half step below, E flat. Oh, so A7's flat 5 of 5 is E flat. So this chord could have even doubled as an E flat dominant 7th chord. Right? So this to this to this could have actually been this to this to this, or this to this to this. Right? Right? So we've got 2 possible names right there. We've got the 5/7 of the D minor. We got the flat 5 of that 5. So we had the E flat to D minor. We can look at the other ones too. So in other words, if I went half step lower in C sharp, I could go down to C, natural, right? So that means a C7. C7 flat 9. Well, that's a 5 chord of F. And what's really cool about that is in harmony, a predominant 7th chord, D minor 7, right, always goes to G, right? Well, you can substitute the 2 minor with the 4 major. So F, A, C, D is really the same thing as D, D, F, A, C, right? So that 5, 7, C7 can go to an F major 7 or F major 6. Or if I looked at the other end of it, we had possible G flat. So I could have C7 versus G flat 7. So I've got the flat 5 of 5 if I'm heading off to F major 6 or F major 7, any F major or any D minor. So it's a really cool little thing. So we had those 8 potential names, 4 diminished names, and 4 dominant 7 flat 9 names. And so it makes it a very robust chord. And you can use them, like I said, they're so, food for thought. Somewhere up the road, we'll introduce some more chords that have more than one name. And so, stay tuned. And what's that? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, all that business, right? That's the YouTube way. Right? Okay. Well, I hope this helps you out. And like I said, you know, a lot of those, you can actually do secondary dominance on any chord within a scale or a major scale formation. So if I was going to E minor 7, I could have used the B7 to approach it, right? So if I C, B7, E minor, right? Right, so it works. So that's all I wanted to get at. But it's a really cool thing to unlock that diminished. And diminished scale works nice, and so doesn't the altered dominant 7th scales. They work well on it too. So, all right.